Today on Buckeye TV, how is the new Ohio law going to impact drivers? And what are student activists working to achieve here on campus?
We'll take a look at the answers to these questions and more coming up. Good morning and welcome to Buckeye TV. I'm Sharon Colbert.
And I'm Maymay Tannehill. With spring in full effect and Easter coming up this Sunday, many students are traveling to spend some time with friends and family. But be careful, as there is a new driving law that has gone into effect.
That's right. You can now be pulled over for being on your phone. Here's Julia Niehoff reporting on Ohio's new law to limit distracting driving.
In Ohio, in just 2022 alone, there have been a little bit over 10,000 car crashes caused by distracted driving. In order to help lessen this, as of April 4, 2023, Ohio lawmakers have decided to put into action Senate Bill 288, which makes the use of cell phones and any other electronic devices a primary traffic offense. I'm here in Columbus to find out from locals what they think about this new law. Do you think it will be beneficial or not, and why?
No. Like I said, if people are going to do what they're going to do regardless. I don't think making this law is going to remind people not to do it.
I think it will be beneficial because it will probably cause there to be less accidents.
This bill results in an immediate pullover by police if seen engaging in distracted driving, and potentially fines faced up to $150, as well as 2 points on their driving record. However, having the phone up to your ear does not count as distracted driving and will be permitted. Lawmakers are hopeful that these rules and consequences will crack down on distracted driving and save lives. What is your opinion on this new law and potential consequences?
People either take it seriously or they don't. I don't think a law is going to make someone start taking it seriously.
There's going to be a gray area of people who are doing things that they probably shouldn't be getting fined for, like a quick look at directions or something. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty fair rule to have, not being allowed to be on your phone while you're driving.
Why do you think they don't count having the phone up to your ear as a form of distracted driving, and should they count it?
You might as well count it because you now have one less hand on the steering wheel. But I mean, I guess your eyes are still forward on the road. So that might be why, because your eyes aren't being distracted.
Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Julia Niehoff. Drive safe, Ohio.
The world of politics is heating up, and that includes our very own campus. Reporter Jenna Casey sat down with students and faculty to discuss reactions to controversial political events.
Ohio State University is a campus full of many different ideas and political beliefs. But what do students and staff say when a political group on campus brings controversial commentators to the student union?
On March 22nd, students gathered outside of the Ohio Union to protest an event going on behalf of Turning Point USA, where its founders Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens met up to talk about hot topic issues.
Do you think that events like those can cause hostility on campus?
I think so. I think any event that has two different sides or multiple sides to it can cause differences in opinions, and when people don't agree on something, they can be hostile towards the opposite side. So I don't think it was just the event itself. I think it's just anything that takes place that people have difference of opinions can cause hostility.
Do you have any thoughts about political groups on campus holding popular political figures events on campus?
I think all people, regardless of background, should be allowed to have political debates as long as they're not offending anyone, any minorities. I think you should use your freedom of expression, which is obviously a part of being a part of a campus.
Despite the notoriety of Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk and others like them, many students I spoke to said they have no issue with events like these taking place as long as the speakers do not incite violence and remain respectful.
In your opinion, do you think that Turning Point USA should have been allowed to hold this event on campus?
I believe that any student organization should have the freedom to host events as long as the speakers that they employ don't incite violence or hostility.
For Buckeye TV, this is Jenna Casey.
The weather is warmer, the flowers are blooming, and Ohio State's campus is looking beautiful. But what about off campus? Buckeye TV's Maymay Tannehill has more.
It's spring in Ohio, and the OSU community is spending more time outdoors. But with the rising temperatures, students are noticing something else: litter. Let's see what students have to think about the trash off campus.
It's like literally everywhere, I've noticed. It's very dirty. I feel like even like when our parents come to visit, they'll like say something about it. It's just like it doesn't look very nice or anything.
I live on Frat Row, so of course there's a ton of stuff. And it is kind of annoying, and I myself have participated in like Columbus cleanup groups.
Behind our house there was a trash fire, and they haven't done anything to clean it up.
The trash guys came after the fire truck put the fire out, and then they just passed it. They didn't even touch it. So yeah, it's just been getting worse.
Does this trash bother you?
I mean, considering we're living in our sorority house next year, it's a lot in like the lot next door, so it kind of does bother me.
Obviously, it's not supposed to be there, and it would be nice if people like put things away properly. But I'm not really like hindered by it in my daily life. But it doesn't mean that I wouldn't go out of my way to like try and pick it up.
What do you think is the main contributor to this trash off campus?
Definitely block parties. Anywhere Thursday through Sunday is just going to be crazy in terms of just trash being dumped off, bottles dropped on the sidewalk while you're walking.
I would probably say the fraternities, if I'm going to be honest. I would have to agree, but I feel like it's just people who like don't care. Like they like already see trash in the ground, they just like throw it because like, oh, like there's already some there.
According to data provided by the City of Columbus, the off-campus area generated over 8 tons of illegally dumped material in the last 90 days. So before you toss that can on the ground, think about how you can keep our community clean. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Maymay Tannehill.
Coming up after the break, we'll talk summer opportunities and look at what the future holds for Ohio State's president.
Stay with us. Summer is just around the corner, and with that comes many different opportunities for students to focus and complete internships. Buckeye TV reporter Autumn Imhoff has more.
There are lots of ways Ohio State students spend their summer break, from going on vacations, going back home, working, and some students start internships. One Ohio State student has a summer marketing internship with Fox Sports, and she has been placed with the United States Football League in Detroit, where she will be working with the Michigan Panthers and the Philadelphia Stars at Ford Field. With the boss being from Grand Rapids, she won't be far from home this summer with her internship.
It's definitely more comforting to know that I'll have like relatives and connections in the state. I kind of went into like applying for internships with an open mind and not really caring about where I ended up. But I think financially this is kind of just the best decision right now for me.
A boss will be assigned marketing tasks such as in-game scripts, media breaks, promotional materials, fan experience, digital marketing, and press releases.
I think I'm mostly looking forward to how much or how many people I will get to meet. It's just going to open up the door for a lot of different opportunities in the future, working with just USFL.
As a career coach, Maddie Kindig spends most of her time helping students one-on-one with resumes, cover letters, and looking and applying for internships.
How can I use what I've learned in the classroom and now apply it to hands-on situations in those companies or those industries that really interest me? So it's finally the way of what we call experiential learning. It takes it outside of the classroom and into a real-world scenario that you're interested in joining as a part of your career.
Kindig said it is good for students to research what opportunities are out there and to not be afraid to try them out. The purpose of an internship can differ from student to student.
It's really important is to recognize what you want out of it, and also knowing that it's okay if you try something and you realize this might not be for me. If something works better for you, this is your life. This is your career development. So taking ownership and being productive with that is always the best way to go.
Kindig said students should research and prepare themselves for what kind of internship they want based off of what they are interested in.
Maximize your time, right? So definitely don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to apply. Don't be afraid to get rejected, because that's a part of life.
I'm Autumn Imhoff with Buckeye TV.
Ever since the news of President Christina Johnson resigning in late November, campus has been filled with rumors and speculation about the causes of this bombshell. With less than a month left in our presidency, Buckeye TV reporter Brendan Stroke talked to some Ohio State students to hear their thoughts.
I realized my relentless pursuit of the agenda we'd set up was no longer in step with what the majority of the trustees wanted, Johnson wrote in an op-ed for the Columbus Dispatch in February. Perhaps others thought the agenda too challenging or too demanding personally, but I won't apologize for pushing us all to achieve the levels of performance our students and community deserve. With Johnson out, here's what students are looking for with the next president.
Speaking of presidents, 1 week ago today, Donald Trump was officially indicted for paying hush money to Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election. On Tuesday, he pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records. It is the first time ever that a U.S. president will face criminal charges.
In other news, this is the final month that Buckeye TV will be broadcasting from the studio as students and faculty are saying farewell to the Drake Performance and Event Center. Next semester, the Department of Theater and Film and Media Arts will move to a brand new building. Katie Popovich has more on the story.
Buckeyes are saying farewell to Drake. This summer, the building is being torn down after standing for over 50 years. The former Ohio Union is home to the Department of Theater. Let's see what students and faculty have to say about the building's farewell.
It's like a mixed reaction, right? Because I've been here for, 14, 15 years, so like countless memories, both as a student, a performer, teacher, director, so having conversations with students and mentoring and sort of seeing people transform and figure out how they want to go about navigating the rest of their creative lives. So it's like a ton of memories. That part of it is you're a little melancholy, but being part of the Arts District with a brand new building with state-of-the-art facilities in that part of campus and that part of town is going to be super exciting.
McClatchy directed the play Everybody in March, which was the last performance at the Drake.
The theaters were closed because they were packing them up and getting them ready to be demolished. And it was in this little conference, large conference room, but not really a theater space. 100, 102 people in each performance. So it was kind of like we were this close to the audience, and it was incredible.
McClatchy said the last performance at the Drake was emotional.
Then you realize when the lights go down, you're like, oh, that's it. That's it for the Drake. There's no more performance in the Drake.
The Drake created memories for students and brought people together.
My favorite memory was just getting to be a part of as many shows as I could. I think being in the Seagull was really cool. It's where I met my girlfriend, and that's really just a fond memory that I'll always cherish.
Although students are saying goodbye to Drake, they are looking forward to the new building.
It's really a step forward for Ohio State with the technology of the time and sort of what is possible with theater and creation in the world of acting and producing and music.
I'm Katie Popovich with Buckeye TV.
We sure will miss the Drake, as it has been a great home to our Buckeye TV studio. Make sure to stick around for the latest in Ohio State sports and also meteorology.
The Ohio State baseball team went through a major overhaul in the offseason with the new head coach and a slew of new players. Now, about a quarter way through the season, Buckeye TV's Megan Hustlin caught up with the team in its game versus Xavier.
Baseball is back at Bill Davis Stadium for a 5-game homestand. The Buckeyes are trying to kick a 3-game losing skid tonight against the Xavier Musketeers. Ohio State looking to get back on track after a rough series at Indiana, but today would not be the day. Picking it up in the 3rd inning, George Eisenhart giving up the long ball here as Xavier's Tyler DiMartino crushes a 2-run home run to get the Musketeers on the board first. It then took 3 pitchers to get through the 4th inning as Jalen Jones came on of relief of Eisenhart, but could not record an out. He actually forgot to cover first here as he was too focused on his hat, which fell off every pitch he threw. He proceeded to give up a walk with bases loaded, giving Xavier the 5-0 lead. The bullpen held strong until the 8th inning, where 3 more runs were given up, but the Buckeyes avoided the shutout here as Cole Andrews reached on a throwing error, which allowed Tyler Petterini to score. In the end, Ohio State fell 8-1. Here's head coach Bill Musoleo with his thoughts on the game.
When you don't play well, you don't get a lot of base running. I mean, everybody always thinks it's lack of energy, but when you don't play good baseball, it never looks good. And if you're not scoring runs, and when you get shut out for 7 innings, it always looks like it's lethargic. But you don't get to see much because you don't get to run the bases and do a whole lot. So yeah, we have to make a quick transformation, and we got to get this thing going. We got 2 days of practice to go the next couple of days, and boy, we got to hope that we can come out and play a lot better baseball.
For Buckeye TV, I'm Megan Husline.
Millions of people tune in to watch athletes from around the world compete in the Olympics. It often takes years of training and dedication to qualify for the chance of making it on the team. Recently, the Olympic Committee has announced a surprising addition to its roster of competitive games. Buckeye TV's Sophia Reeder has the story.
On the ground level of Lincoln Tower, there's an esports arena that is open to any Ohio State student. With a swipe of your Buck ID, you can have access to gaming computers, consoles, and even a virtual reality system. Ohio State also has premier teams that compete in League of Legends, Overwatch, Rocket League, and Valorant. However, we'll soon be seeing esports on a more global scale. Olympic Esports Week 2023 was recently announced and raised some questions about the validity of esports.
So first, do you think esports are sports? Why or why not?
I don't think that esports are a sport because I think that sports have to have some sort of physical aspect to them.
Yes, I would say they're sports.
I'm going to say yes, they are sports because even though you may not be moving physically, it still requires a level of skill and expertise.
When asked what kind of games might be played during this event, students were quick to name popular titles.
I think League of Legends is one of them.
I have absolutely no idea. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe like League of Legends.
For the ones that I'm more familiar with, so like Overwatch.
However, Olympics Esports Week will include games like Just Dance, online chess, and Tic-Tac-Bow, a mobile archery game. While these are unconventional games, the Olympic Committee stated that several factors went into deciding what to include, such as level of violence, accessibility, and gender disparity.
I don't know if I would watch it every year, but I'd watch it the first year just to figure out how it works and then be like, nah, I'm done.
I probably personally wouldn't watch it, but I don't watch like any Olympic events, so.
Not fully, I honestly, but if it were maybe different things, I would be.
While the Olympics still seem to be getting a grasp on esports, interested Ohio State students can always check out Lincoln's Esports Arena. Who knows, you may just be a future Olympian. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Sophia Reeder.
The Masters tournament begins today in Augusta, Georgia, and the golfers seem ready than ever. Scotty Scheffler was the winner in 2022 and is the early favorite for the year. But can he complete the repeat? Keep up with the 4-day tournament on ESPN and CBS starting at 1 p.m.
Did you know we have our own forecasting group here on campus? Scarlet and Gray Forecasting makes forecasts for students during the week. But where do we find them? We'll go to Johnny with more on how we find them.
Did you know we have our own forecasting group here on campus? They make forecasts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we'll be talking to the president and the leading forecaster so you know where to check out their forecasts. What Sky and Gray does on a normal week.
So on a normal week, we forecast Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so like a 2-day forecast for each day. And then we look at temperatures, we look at if there's any precipitation going on, and cloud cover, and wind speed and direction. And then we also, after each forecast, we produce a live broadcast afterward.
Why should students outside of the atmospheric sciences major should be interested in scarlet and gray forecasting?
Yeah, so scarlet and gray forecasting, for one, we are not just limited to meteorology majors. Any major can join. In fact, we have quite a number of non-meteorology majors over the years that have been active with our club. So if anyone has an interest there, welcome to stop by and check us out. And then also, they can, use our forecast to, help plan their day-to-day lives. They can check out our forecast on our Facebook page and, see, what the, next few days are going to look like right here on campus. And, again, use that to help plan out their, days and their weeks ahead.
You can check out Scarlet and Gray Forecasting on Scarlet and Gray Weather Team on Facebook and Instagram.
To end today's show, we'll find out what students have to say about their favorite restaurants, coffee spots, and more.
Hang tight. Columbus has an overwhelming amount of options when it comes to restaurants on and around Ohio State's campus. Reporter Madison Shower hit High Street to talk to students about some of their favorite spots to eat.
This is Madison Shower reporting at the Ohio Union. If you're a student at Ohio State and you're looking for a new place to eat, you're in luck. From Buckeye Donuts to the new Barrio on High Street, there are tons of great options on and near campus to satisfy whatever you might be craving.
My on-campus favorite dining would be Marketplace on Neal. And then off campus, probably Chipotle. I think it's just better food overall. Because I live on South Campus, so Kennedy is not always the best, but I feel like Marketplace just has better quality and more tasteful options.
Probably the best dining hall is going to be Oxley's, but the best off-campus place to eat, I gotta say it's Ninja Grill, because the homeless guy next to our dorm told us to go there, and he called it Ninja Cafe, and he told us it has healing powers. So ever since then, we always go to Ninja Grill, and it's delicious.
Ooh, I would have to say Forno's definitely a really good one. I also really like, Apollo's is great. Apollo's Greek food, love that.
If there's ever a time where you don't feel like cooking or you want to support a local business, try getting out on campus and trying something new. You might even find your new favorite restaurant. Signing off with Buckeye Channel 1, this is Madison Shower.
A new bar and pizza restaurant opened in March near OSU's campus with a focus on supporting the LGBTQ community. Here's Sharon Colbert with the story.
Slammy's on High Street has opened up to bring a place that's safe and inclusive for all, offering fresh pizza and a bar.
The atmosphere is really great. The music is great. Staff was really nice when they said hi, and so I'm excited to eat the pizza. If it's anything like the Slammers, the one downtown, it's going to be amazing, and so we're just excited to have it here.
Co-owner Matthew John says Slammy's provides an experience that was lacking during his time as a student at Ohio State.
One of the big things about bringing this space to campus was just about being a safe space, and something that I always wanted when I was at OSU was a bar like this. So I'm very excited to be able to do that for other students moving forward.
So as a member of the LGBTQ community, Slammers is the one of 25 lesbian-owned and lesbian bars in the whole entire nation. And so the fact that they've opened this is even more exciting because that means that they're not potentially going away.
Where it's placed out on campus works out really well for us because we tend to be kind of like a pregame location for people who want to come here, and then they might want to go to bars in the Short North, and then we kind of get a late night crowd of people who are coming back from the Short North, and then they're stopping here on their way home. So it's worked out really well.
We provide a different style of pizza that campus doesn't have yet, which is Columbus style pizza, which is a thin crust, square cut. So we just felt like there was opportunity here for us to bring that, and then also bring, a good vibe and good cocktails to campus as well.
Co-owner Carson Nether said, since being open for about a month, many have enjoyed their weekly events, which include DJs, live music, and music trivia. I'm Sharon Colbert for Buckeye TV. One of the biggest debates among students at Ohio State is which campus coffee is the best. To settle this debate, Buckeye TV reporter Amelia Sheets reached out to students to do a blind taste test to finally decide which coffee is the best.
One of the hottest debates here on campus is which coffee is best.
In order to settle this debate, I decided to do a blind coffee tasting with 4 OSU students.
Everybody ready?
This
one's pretty good. Yeah, I like this one.
It's very good.
I like this one too. It is very milky, but I'm liking it so far.
I think it's gonna be Starbucks.
I think it's too sweet.
I think the ice also gives it away.
Number 2.
I mean, it's better. But it's not very flavorful.
It's very like plain.
Yeah, it is. It's just bitter.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's no taste of coffee.
Okay, I think this is Crimson Cup.
Because I hate it.
Because it's like watered down, and I feel like there's a bad rep behind Crimson Cup. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. Yep.
Welcome to try.
Definitely not as sweet.
I love that
No,
sweet.
there's
Yeah.
not
It's like
any sugar
milk
in it.
and coffee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good thing
If
or bad
number
thing?
1 isn't Starbucks, I think
Like a
number 3 is
fine
Starbucks.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if I like
That's
like
my
KSA.
take.
I want to say Haggerty.
Oh, I don't know between 3 and 2. I might switch mine. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna put Havens as 2 and Crimson as 3 to be different.
Okay.
Before I revealed the coffees to the students, I had them vote based on the blind taste testing to get an unbiased result on which coffee they liked the best.
3 was Union Market, so it's Crimson Cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, number 2 was Haggerty, so it's the
I should have picked it. Oh man.
it's the Havens or whatever the other one is.
Solid. Number 2.
And then number 1, Starbucks.
Oh, okay. Darn it.
Yeah.
Expected. It does taste like
The more
Starbucks.
cafe, yeah.
That's pretty good.
With Starbucks as your unanimous winner, we can now say it's the best coffee on campus. Until next time, this has been Amelia Sheets reporting for Buckeye TV.
The mechanisms of our brains during sleep remain a mystery, but neuroscience and lizards have given us another clue. Robin Eakin is here to share why.
Vertebrates and some invertebrates have a biphasic sleep schedule with 2 main phases. REM, rapid eye movement, is identifiable by its titular eye movement accompanied by a more frantic type of brain activity. The other type, non-REM sleep, also known as SW or slow wave sleep, is a deeper sleep. NREM is likely to be involved with the recall and consolidation of memories. However, the purpose of REM sleep is less known. During the night, our brains go between these 2 sleep cycle types. To better understand REM sleep, scientists at the Max Planck Institute for Brain Research in Frankfurt, Germany, studied the brains of sleeping Pogona vitseps, commonly known as Australian bearded dragons. The reason they chose Pogona is that they have a biphasic sleep schedule that is similar to SW and REM sleep, that alternates regularly in short and equal durations. Compare a human sleep cycle to a Pogona one, and humans have a much shorter and therefore harder to study REM cycle. The scientists studied the brainwave communications between the midbrain and the colostrum. The colostrum is a small part of the brain that functions as a hub between other areas. While the electrophysiological functions between the 2 colostrums of the brain during SW sleep were uncoordinated, the ones in REM sleep became tightly coordinated. The 2 sides of the brain alternated with each other in a winner-takes-all competition in the midbrain. Lawrence A. Funk and Gilles Laurent, the scientists behind the study, said, "Studying Pogona sleep, we discovered a kind of bilateral coordination and competitive dynamics not described previously."
Over spring break, Ohio State student Henry Meacock passed away in a tragic accident. To celebrate and remember his life, the local bar Threes Above High hosted a fundraiser on Monday, March 27th, and all of the proceeds from the night were donated to his family. Buckeye TV's Caroline Fowles has more.
The Ohio State community was rocked over spring break with the news of second-year student Henry Meacock's passing. To honor the life of Henry and support his family during this difficult time, local bar Threes Above High is holding a fundraiser today, March 27th.
When I was reading about, the events and stuff like that, and I was reading about the funeral, and I don't know, it just hit me, it hit me close to home. So we just kind of decided we have the platform to do it. Why not utilize what we have and raise some money for the family? I feel like it shows community. And this is proof tonight. You look inside there, we're packed, and people want to be part of something. People want to help, and they don't always know how. So if you can give them, a platform as well, they'll come in and they'll spend money and they'll donate. I mean, I think we already have over $5,000 on our Venmo from just random donations from people all over the country.
There was also a candlelit vigil held for Henry to honor his life with the Buckeye community and his close friends. There were several speakers during the event, which took place from 7 to 8:30, as they told stories about Henry and lit candles in remembrance.
The stretch is pretty immense, and the biggest thing is us letting the family know that, we got their back. We're here for them, and this is a great community. You look out there tonight, and it's a celebration of this kid's life, right? I didn't even know the kid, but he's part of our community, so he's part of us. And I just think, being able to hang out with your friends and talk about the good times, I think that's such an important part of this grieving process for people.
Threes confirmed online that they raised over $24,000 tonight, with 100% of the proceeds going to the Meacock family. Threes and the Columbus community have shown just what it means to support each other during the toughest of times. This is Caroline Fowles reporting for Buckeye TV.
And just like that, our show has come to an end.
We hope you enjoyed our last newscast of the spring semester and in Drake. It sure has been fun for us to bring them to you.
For one last time, I'm Sharon Colbert.
And I'm Maymay Tannehill. Thanks again for watching.